Hello my friends and welcome to Roja's Language YouTube channel. You're watching our General English course Level A2. In this course, I teach the book American English File 1, 3rd edition course book. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so now so that you'll get the future videos of this course and a lot more about language learning. Are you ready? Let's start. Alright guys, so today we have Unit 5B, A Quiet Life, and we're going to talk about our neighbors. So we have 4 sections today: vocabulary, about noise, and also verb phrases. The second part is about grammar, where we learn another tense from English. So we already had simple present, and now we're going to focus on present continuous tense. Then we will have a pronunciation and focus on the sound ing. And finally, we will have a listening and speaking section. Now I'm going to play a sound effect for you. Please listen to this. What is it? It's noise. Noise. It's a noun and it means unpleasant or loud sound, something that hurts your ear. Noisy is an adjective. So you can say you hear a lot of noise, but something is noisy. For example, the street or the cars on the street are very noisy. It means they make unpleasant or loud sound. Then we have another word, neighbor, or neighbors, which is the plural form. It's also a noun, and it means people who live in the apartments or houses near you. Now, I want you to say 3 things that noisy neighbors do. Please pause the video and think about it and maybe make a few notes. Section 1, vocabulary and speaking. Go to your book now to page 40, Unit 5B, A Quiet Life, and let's start with part 1 or section 1, vocabulary and speaking, with the topic noise. We will focus on verbs and verb phrases as well here. Now, are your family or neighbors noisy? Please look at questions 1 to 4 and answer them. How many family members do you live with? Are they very noisy, or not very noisy? Do you have neighbors upstairs, downstairs, or next door? So, if we imagine that you live on the 2nd floor, the neighbors upstairs live on the 3rd floor, and the neighbors downstairs live on the 1st floor. The neighbors who live on the 2nd floor, the same floor as where you live, are your next door neighbors. So for this question, you can say, I have neighbors downstairs, or next door, or upstairs. Now, are they very noisy, or not very noisy? Now, please look at part B and read part of an online forum. The forum topic is noisy family, noisy neighbors. And there's a question, do you have a problem with noise? For example, when you want to study or at night when you want to sleep? Tell us about your problems. So here you will read about problems neighbors make. So please read this forum and then we will try to figure out the meaning of the highlighted words or phrases, but I want you to try to guess the meaning of these words or phrases while you're reading. Please pause this video and do this. Now, let's figure out the meanings together. So we will start with the first verb, cry. So, cry is a verb, and as you see, we write it with C-R-Y. But when we add third person S in the simple present form to it, it changes to C-R-I-E-S. So the spelling changes. Now, what does cry mean? It means to produce tears as the result of a strong emotion. So when you are very sad or very happy, maybe, you cry. We have another phrase, or the second phrase, practices the piano, or practice the piano. Practice means you work on something, you do it again and again to get better at it. So when you practice the piano, it means you play the piano again and again to get better at that. Then we have the verb bark, which means to make loud noise, but this is what a dog does. So we say the dog barks. It means the dog makes loud noise. The next phrase, have noisy parties. So have a party. It's important to know that these words go together. The verb have goes with party. So people normally have a party. It means they invite friends or family or people they know. They invite them over, and then there is drinking, dancing, etc. Play loud music. So in this phrase, play means you play something on an audio player. For example, you turn on your audio player and then you play a song or you play music so other people can hear and enjoy it. Then we have the verb argue, which means to speak angrily to somebody and disagree with them. So people sometimes argue with each other. You can argue with someone, and you can argue about something. For example, my parents argued about the size of the house, for example. So you argue with someone about something. The next phrase, have the TV on, means you turn on the TV and then you leave it so that the TV shows different programs and you don't turn it off for some time, maybe for hours. Have the TV on very loud. So here it means the volume is so high. Then make a lot of noise. Make goes with noise. It means to produce the loud sound or the unpleasant sound. Okay, now you will hear 8 sounds and you have to listen to track 5.9 for that. Each sound represents one of these problems. What you need to do is write numbers 1 to 8 as you hear them. So I will, or maybe it's better that you pause this video, and then listen to track 5.9, number the sentences, and then we will check them. Let's check the answers. The couple next door argue a lot. That's number 1. 2, the neighbor's dog barks all day and all night. 3, the baby in the apartment upstairs cries all the time. 4, the old people in the apartment next door have the TV on very loud and their living room is next to my bedroom. 5, the people next door have young children who make a lot of noise. 6, the people next door often have noisy parties until 3 a.m. 7, my sister practices the piano for hours. 8, my son plays loud music in his room, awful music too. Now we need to focus on a very important point here about the word noise. Noise can be both countable and uncountable. So you can use the word noise in some cases, but you can also use the word noises with plural S in some other cases. Just look at the sentence number 5 here. The people next door have young children who make a lot of noise. Here we use the general type of noise. So that means the children, maybe they are playing or they are fighting with each other. Doesn't matter. They are making a lot of noise. So that's the noise of children. Here we are talking about noise in a general context, and we mean different sounds as a whole. But if you look at all the different types of sounds or noises neighbors can make, and you can make a distinction between them, in that case, you are using noises, meaning various types of noise in a specific context. So for example, next door, the neighbors are arguing. Then, for example, in another apartment, the dog is barking. Then the baby is crying in another apartment. And we have different types of noise, various types of noise that we can distinguish. In this case, we use the word noises. I can hear different noises at night in the building. Also, we have a collocation here, play an instrument. You can play the piano, play the guitar, play the violin, and play here means put on music on a device. Remember that for an instrument, we need to use the verb play. But you can also play music on an audio player, on a CD or something, CD player or something. So you can also say, I play loud music in my room. Now, please look at part C, answer questions 5 to 7. It would be great if you had a speaking partner to whom you could speak about the questions and have an interview. But if you don't, you can ask the questions to yourself or listen to me and record your voice. And talk about your answers. When you're done, please listen to your recording and try to see if you could make it better. And you can repeat the exercise a few times, each time trying to give a better answer. I can also give you some ideas for your answers. So let's start. I should also say that it's totally fine that if you need more time for your answers, you pause the video and then play it again for the next question. So, what noises do your family or neighbors make? In this part, you can talk about the different types of noises. For example, you can say, my neighbors argue a lot. You can also use the ideas from part B. Are the noises a problem for you? Remember that for these questions, you should always start with yes or no, and then a short answer. So for example, yes, they are, or no, they aren't, and then continue. You can talk about the types of noises that are really a problem for you. Are you noisy? Do you do any of the things in part B? Are people in your country noisy? Is this a problem? Please also remember that you don't have to give true answers or answers based on your real life. You can simply imagine scenarios or give an answer that is not totally true. What matters is that you try to speak and give full sentences and good answers. Section 2, Grammar. To begin this section, please listen to track 5.10 at the picture and look at a picture of the houses. And then you should answer this question. Why are Max and his mother unhappy? For now, please close the book and just listen. So, let's look at the answer. Max is unhappy because he can't study. His family is making a lot of noise. And his mother is unhappy because of the noise from the neighbors and their dog. Now take a few minutes to read the conversations and list of verbs on the next page, page 41. You can see a list of verbs on the top, and then we have two conversations with some gaps or blanks. First, please read them and fill in the blanks, and then when you're done, we will listen and check your answers. Okay, now listen again to the same track, 5.10, and check your answers. I'll give you the answers as well now. For number 1, I'm trying to study. 2, you're making too much noise. 3, I'm practicing. 4, Jake's playing a video game. 5, Mom's cooking dinner. 6, she's listening to the radio. 7, what's happening next door? 8, why is their dog barking? And 9, they're having a party in the yard. Now listen to track 5.11. Listen to what happens next. The neighbors invite him to the party and offer him a drink. That's what happens when Paul goes next door. Now we can also look at a script. So W is the woman, P is Paul. Oh, hi Paul. Jack, it's Paul from next door. Come in, we're having a party. It's my birthday. Having a party. So have a party is an important collocation here. Oh, happy birthday. Thanks. Would you like a drink? Actually, I want to talk to you about the noise. Sorry? The noise. It's very noisy. You see, noise is written in uppercase to emphasize the point. اینجا بچه نویز با حروف بزرگ نوشته شده برای اینکه با استرس خونده بشه و طرف بخواد تاکید کنه روش. Noisy is the adjective form. Yes, we're having a great time. Do you want a soda or a glass of iced tea? Oh, well, yes, okay. A soda, please. Here you are. Come and meet our friends. Hey, everyone, say hello to Paul. He's our neighbor. Hello, Paul. Hello. Do you want to dance, Paul? Now we get to the main part to learn today's structure. Present continuous tense. In the next part, read the two sentences and question and complete them. We have an affirmative, a question, and also a negative sentence. What should we write in the blanks? So, they're having a party next door, or they are having a party next door. For the question, are they playing music? And for the negative form, no, they aren't playing music. They're talking. As you see, we have written to be verbs in these gaps. Now in part E, we have a rule, and you need to read a rule and circle the correct option. We use the present continuous To talk about now or every day. Which one? Now or every day? Exactly. Now. We use present continuous for something that's happening now, at the moment of speaking. For example, we're having class right now. I'm talking to you and you're listening. پس ساختار present continuous برای اتفاقاتی استفاده میشه که همین الان که داریم صحبت میکنیم اتفاق میافتن. مثلا ما الان داریم یک کلاس برگزار میکنیم یا من دارم با شما صحبت میکنم و شما داریم به من گوش میدین. Please go to page 132 to the grammar bank and look at 5B, present continuous. I have also written the structure for you on this slide so you can see it. We always start a sentence with a subject. So your subject can be a pronoun, for example, I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. Or it can be a name, for example, Mona, Jack, Lisa. Or the children. It can also be a noun like the children, my parents, etc. And then we need a verb, but our verb is a little long in present continuous form. First, we need a to be verb, like am, is, or are. We need one of these three to be verbs. For example, I'm, you're, he is, she is, it is, we are, and they are. If your sentence is negative, you need not after the to be verb. I'm not, you aren't, he isn't, she isn't, it isn't, we aren't, or they aren't. And then we need a verb in the ing form. So for example, have plus ing, having, going, singing, dancing, etc. And then we have an object. Maybe we do, maybe not, but we complete the sentence. So, I'm having a party, or I'm not having a party. You're having a party, or you aren't having a party. Please try to read the sentences aloud. He's having a party, or he isn't having a party. She's having a party, she isn't having a party. It's having a party, it isn't having a party. We're having a party, we aren't having a party. They're having a party, they aren't having a party. To change the sentence into a question form, or to make a question structure, we need first the verb be, then the subject, and then the verb in ing form. And then we can complete the question. So, am I having a party? Are you having a party? Is he having a party? Is she having a party? Is it having a party? Are we having a party? Are they having a party? And then when you want to make short answers, you just need the to be verb. Yes, I am. Yes, you are. Yes, he is. Yes, she is. Yes, it is. Yes, we are. Yes, they are. Or, no, I'm not. No, you're not. No, he isn't. No, she isn't. No, it isn't. No, we aren't. No, they aren't. Let's look at the spelling rules now. For present continuous, when we add ing to a verb, it sometimes changes in spelling. So Please look at a base form from the left side. We have the verbs cook, read, study, try. These are examples of verbs that can be combined with ing and don't change. So the spelling is very simple. You just write the verb and then you write ing, like cooking, reading, studying, and trying. But for some verbs like dance and live, when we have e at the end of the verb, we need to remove e before adding ing. So dancing, living, you see that there is a small difference in spelling. There's no e anymore. And for some other verbs like shop and swim, when we have one vowel and one consonant at the end of the verb, we need to double the consonant and then add ing. So shopping with double P and swimming with double M. When do we use present continuous? The first and very simple case is when something is happening at the moment. For example, I'm talking or I'm teaching English and you are listening to me or you are learning English. This is an action that is happening right now at this moment. We can sometimes talk about things that are happening around now. You can say at the moment for this too. For example, I'm reading a book at the moment, but I don't really mean that right now at this time of day my book is open and I'm reading it. It means that I'm in the middle of reading a book and maybe I read it. I was reading my book an hour ago and then in the next 2 hours I'm going to start reading the book again. So I'm reading the book. It means I'm doing it around now, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is right now. But you can still use present continuous for this case. And another case is when you talk about temporary actions that are in progress right now, that are happening around now. For example, today, in longer periods of time, like today, this week, this month. For example, I'm drinking green tea this month because I'm on a diet. So this means that maybe I drank or I used to drink something else, another type of drink last month. For example, maybe I drank coffee or normal tea or juice. And this month is exceptional because I'm on a diet. So this is a temporary action that I'm in the middle of right now. For this case, we also use present continuous. پس یه دورم خلاصه بخوام فارسیشو بگم، ما میتونیم توی چند حالت از present continuous tense استفاده کنیم. یکی اینکه یه کاری همین الان دقیقاً داره انجام میشه، مثل منی که الان دارم به شما درس میدم. یکی کاری که در حول و حوش زمان حال یا الان داره انجام میشه. مثلا من دارم یه کتاب میخونم. I'm reading a book at the moment. ولی منظورم این نیست که دقیقا همین لحظه دارم کتاب رو میخونم. در حال خوندن این کتاب هستم، مثلا تو طول روز چند ساعتی میخونمش و دارم همینجوری ادامهش میدم. و آخری کارهای موقتی یا اتفاقات موقتی که میتونن توی بازه‌های بزرگتر استفاده بشن، مثلا امروز، این هفته، این ماه. مثلا I'm drinking green tea this month because I'm on a diet. من این ماه دارم چای سبز میخورم چون رژیم دارم، تو رژیم هستم. پس این ماه یه اکشن یا یه زمان موقتیه که من دارم یه اکشن موقتی رو انجام میدم. با ماه قبل فرق میکنه کارم و الانم در حینش هستم. Time for you to practice now. Please go to page 133, 5B, part A. Write a question and answer. So here we have a few pictures. You need to look at each picture and write a question and also an answer for it. The first one is done for you as an example. What is he doing or what's he doing? He's cooking. Please do it and then we will check. So, number 1, what's she doing? She's crying. 2, what are they doing? They're watching TV. 3, what's he doing? He's playing basketball. 4, what are they doing? They're singing. 5, what's it doing? It's eating. Go for part B now. Put the verbs in the parentheses in the present continuous. So, A says, hello Tina, where are you? B, I'm in Seattle. I visit my parents. So the verb is visit. You need to change it to present continuous form. I'm visiting my parents. Remember that the present continuous form or structure needs to be verb plus ing. So you don't say I visiting. You should say I'm or I am visiting. Please pause the video, do it, and then we will check. Let's check now. I'm staying with them for a week. What are you doing? A, I'm looking for a job right now. Right now, I'm looking at job ads online. B, good luck. Are you still living with your parents? A, yes, but I'm not at home really. I'm usually at my friend's apartment. B, what is she doing now? Is she still studying drama? A, no, she's working at a cafe, but she isn't enjoying it much. She is looking for a job as an actress. B, well, maybe we can all get together next week. A, good idea. How about Friday? All right, now please go back to page 41 and the last part of the grammar section, part G. You should listen to track 5.13 to the sounds and write what's happening. You should write 8 sentences. So you have an example here, like for the first one you have somebody's cooking. Remember that you need to write full sentences, not just the ing form. So if you hear cooking, you shouldn't just write cooking. You should write somebody's cooking or it's raining. Please pause the video and do it. Number 2, somebody's sending messages or somebody's texting. 3, somebody's taking a shower and singing. 4, it's raining. 5, somebody's eating spaghetti. 6, somebody's making a coffee. 7, somebody's crying. 8, somebody's doing the housework. Section 3, pronunciation and speaking. For this section, we're gonna focus on a new sound, and I want you to listen to track 5.14 to the words and sounds, and then listen once more and repeat the words, or listen to me and repeat the words. So please look at a word singer, singer. As you hear, I don't say singer. I don't pronounce N and G like very clearly. I say singer, and that's the sound ing. Singing, going, doing, studying. Can you hear? We don't say singing, going, doing. It's not like you pronounce the last G at the end of the word. Now, for these verbs that have ing, it sounds like that, like going, doing, studying. The next words are not verbs, like language, wrong, young. And we also have this sound with other words that have N and K after it, like think, bank, pink, thanks. All right. Now, for part B, you can ask and answer about the people in the picture of the houses that you have in the book with the question, what's she doing? What's he doing? And then this time, pay attention to the pronunciation of the verbs that end in ing. Like she's playing the piano. What are they doing? They're doing this. So really focus on pronouncing the words that have ing clearly with this sound. For the next communication part, we need to go to pages 105 and 110 to spot the differences between the two pictures. So normally this exercise is done with two people. One of them describes picture A and the other one describes picture B, and they talk about the differences. But you can also do it on your own by looking at the two pictures and comparing them. Now, before we start, you have to know that when we describe a picture, we use the present continuous for actions that are happening in the picture. همیشه وقتی که ما میخوایم یه تصویر رو توصیف کنیم از ساختار present continuous، از زمان حال استمراری استفاده میکنیم برای اتفاقاتی که در حال رخ دادن توی اون عکس هستن، چون ما داریم به اون عکس نگاه میکنیم در لحظه. So here we have the two pictures. You need to look at them and then try to find some differences. I'll give you an example. On the left side, maybe picture A, you can see that there are two dogs and the dogs are barking. I'm talking about the yard on the left. So on the left yard, there are two dogs and the dogs are barking. But on picture B, there is no dog on the yard in the left side. So now please look at the two pictures, try to compare them, and write a few sentences about them. I'm going to show you the answers now. So the first example was what I told you, in the yard on the left. In A, we have two dogs are barking, and in B, there are no dogs. For apartment 2, in A, the woman is painting the wall, but in B, she is reading. For apartment 3, in A, the boy is playing the violin, and in B, he's playing the piano. For apartment 4, in A, the couple is watching TV, and in B, they are listening to the radio. Apartment 6, in A, the man is cooking, in B, he's doing housework. Apartment 7, in A, the boy is listening to music, in B, he's studying or doing his homework. Apartment 8, in A, the baby is crying, in B, the baby is sleeping. And finally, the yard on the right, in A, the yard is empty, but in B, some people are having a party. Section 4, listening. For this section, you need to listen to track 5.15 first and answer the question, what's the woman doing? Please listen once the whole way through, meaning don't stop or pause in the middle, and answer the question. When you're done, we will look at the answer. What's the woman doing? The answer is, she's checking in at a hotel. Now, I want you to listen again to track 5.15, and this time write down the words that helped you guess the answer. What words helped you understand that she's checking in at a hotel? Let's look at the script together here. Good afternoon. How can I help you? That's normally the question the receptionists ask you when you go to a hotel. Hello, I have a reservation for 2 nights. Reservation. So that means the person has reserved a room or booked a room before. That word helps us understand that we are in a hotel situation. Also the phrase 2 nights, because normally we book a room at a hotel for 2 nights or a few nights. Your name? Carter. Carter, here we are. Can you sign here, please? Sign here. Again, this word helps you understand you're checking in because you should sign a form when you check in at a hotel. Here's your key card. Key card is the next word. You need it to enter your hotel room. You're in room 212. Room 212 is the next word. On a second floor. And second floor. They belong to a hotel. Now we're gonna do kind of the same activity for the next part, track 5.16. And this time you're gonna listen to 5 more conversations and say what the people are doing. Listen once the whole way through. It means listen from the beginning to the end. If necessary, play the audio again, pausing after each conversation to get the answer. So that means you listen to the whole thing, to all the 5 conversations once, and if you need to listen more, you can listen again, but this time pause after each conversation to get the answer and write it down. یه بار دیگه به فارسی توضیح میدم بچه ها که این قسمت رو باید چجوری انجام بدیم. اول به هر 5 تا کانورسیشن گوش میکنین. بعد اگر که لازم بود، یعنی جواب نتونستین پیدا کنین، اگر لازم بود دونه دونه به هر کدومش گوش میکنین و جوابش رو مینویسین. Please pause this video, do it, and then we will check. So, number 1, he's buying a coffee. 2, he's looking for his car keys. 3, they're waiting for a train. 4, she's taking a photo. 5, he's interviewing for a job, or she's interviewing a man for a job. All right, now listen again to track 5.16, and this time write down 2 words or phrases that helped you guess the answers. Okay, we're gonna look at the answers together now. For number 1, you hear the words latte, regular or large, here or to go, and $3.40. So he's buying a coffee. Number 2, where are my car keys? I can't find them. Look in the living room. So he's looking for his car keys. 3, a waiting room, the platform, a slow train. So they're waiting for a train. Number 4, stand together. Are you ready? Say cheese. So she's taking a photo. Number 5, the hours, overtime, work, the contract. So he's interviewing for a job, or she's interviewing a man for a job. Let's look at a script on page 120 for track 5.16. I will explain any points, words, or phrases that I think may not be very clear for you. So let's start from part 1. Can I help you? Yes, I'd like a latte, please. So you know a latte is a kind of coffee. Regular or large? Large, please. Regular and large are different sizes for a coffee, a cup of coffee. To have here or to go. To have here. To have here means I'd like to drink my coffee here in the cafe. But to go means I'd like to take my coffee and go out to drink it. That's $3.40, please. Here you are, $3.40. 6:40. 2. Where are my key cards? I can't find them anywhere. I don't know, in your jacket pocket? No, they aren't there. How about on the hall table? No. Are you sure you don't have them? Absolutely sure. Look in the living room. 3. Oh no, it's 20 minutes late. Is there a waiting room somewhere? It's really cold here on the platform. So a platform is where you go to get your train, and it usually has a number. No, I don't think so. What time is it now? 6:15. We can take the 6:20, but it's a slow train. We can take the 6:20. That means we can take the 6:20 train. It means the train that leaves at 6:20. پس اینجا منظورش از جمله we can take the 6:20 یعنی میتونیم قطار ساعت 6:20 رو بگیریم و سوارش بشیم. No, let's wait then. Okay, come on everyone, out here. Stand together under the tree. Okay, are you ready? Carol, I can't see you. Can you stand next to Jim? Okay, ready? Say cheese. Say cheese یه اصطلاحیه که موقعی که میخوان ازت عکس بگیرن استفاده میکنن که یعنی بخند که دندونات معلوم شه. 5. So, Mr. Bartlett, do you have any questions you'd like to ask? Oh, yes. On the website, it says the hours are from 10 to 6. What about the weekends? The hours are 10 to 6 on the weekends too, but you will get paid overtime on Sundays. So you get paid overtime. Overtime means extra time. The hours that you work, but are extra that you shouldn't normally work. overtime یه کلمه‌ایه که معنیش میشه اضافه کار، یعنی ساعت بیشتر از ساعت کاری کار کردن. And you get paid. That means they give you money. Saturday counts as a normal day. Saturday به عنوان یه روز معمولی حساب میشه، نه مثل روزهای یک شنبه که آخر هفته حساب میشن. But if you work on a Saturday, you have a weekday free. So that means if you work on a Saturday, then you can take, for example, Wednesday or Tuesday off. The contract says clearly 5 days a week with possibilities of overtime. So that means you can also work extra hours. This slide is for extra practice. So it's not in your book. It's just something from me for you so that you can practice present continuous tense and understand it more deeply. And it's about personalization. What is personalization? It means that you try to make sentences that are true for you or that make sense in your life to understand a grammatical structure better. بچه‌ها این قسمت این سلاید کلا یه تمرین اضافه است که من خودم براتون تهیه کردم و ربطی به کتاب نداره برای اینکه ساختار present continuous رو بهتر یاد بگیریم و اینجا از روش personalization استفاده میکنیم که یعنی شخصی سازی. توی این روش شما سعی میکنیم یه سری جمله رو که توی زندگی خودتون واقعی هستن و توی زندگی خودتون در مورد خودتون یا آدمای اطرافتون make sense میکنن بسازید که بعد از طریق این جمله ها این ساختار بهتر توی ذهنتون جا بیفته. Write the names of 5 friends or family members. For example, your mother, your brother, your sister, etc. And then I want you to think about this question for each of these people. What's your mother doing right now? What's your sister doing right now? Please write down full sentences and describe what they are doing right now. For example, I think my brother or he is probably having lunch, or I think my mother is cooking dinner. You can write anything, but it has to be in present continuous form. Thank you so much for learning with me today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to join us on Instagram, TikTok, and Telegram, where you can get extra points and exercises related to the course. Wish you a great day. See you in the next video.